Tantor Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents Laced Steel by M.J. Fields, narrated by Elizabeth Hart and Troy Duran. Chapter 1. Idiom. The grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. Truth? The grass is greener where there is rain and sun. From where I sit now, there is nothing but sand. And sand sucks when it's too cold to wash it off your body in the ocean. It's March on the Jersey Shore, so that's not going to happen. Unless I were to get drunk, something I've yet to do in all my 17 years, like the rest of these fools. Sure, I've drank, but never to the point that I would take a near polar bear plunge like they're doing. And, okay, not all of them are fools, just the ones stripping down to their skivvies and jumping in the Atlantic in the dark. In March. I'm surrounded by my fellow ensemble members of Seashore Academy's spring musical, Newsies. Yep, us lowly members of the ensemble were not invited via the school's unofficial app, the Seashore Sound, to attend the also non-official cast party, so we created our own. Right before my family and my extended family moved to Mantoloking and we all started school here at Seashore, I discovered the app. The face of the app had major appeal. It showcased the student government. All 4 of the officers could also have been on covers of magazines. Harrison Reeves, vice president of the student body, junior, and captain of the crew team, is absolutely delicious. His bio includes information such as his SAT scores being 1,550. Tall, darkish, and extremely handsome. One click on his picture brought me to his IG page, where I saw picture after picture that could land him on the cover of GQ. And if that didn't solidify him as my future crush, the fact that his family owns the largest collection of Broadway houses certainly did. Once upon a time, my dream was the ballet. But after last year, I realized I would never fit into the mold of a ballerina. So I turned my passion and focused on the possibility of Broadway. Why did I change focus? Because my body changed, and I had no choice. Unlike my twin brother's Justice 6-inch vertical spurt that had doctors concerned about his accelerated growth, my shit went horizontal. A year ago, my ass was on a road trip heading to Kardashianville. No ass injections here, just a lovely growth spurt that started at my once B cups, now a large C, and moved to my ass. My cousins, Brisa and Triss, are practically holding their breath, hoping they'll be as blessed as I am in those 2 departments. Because their mom, my Aunt Becca, is thick in all the right places. But that wasn't the case for me. So now, knowing I didn't trade after my mom, except in height, they're worried. It wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for the fact that I'm a dancer. And not to toot my own horn, but I'm really good. Until my growth spurt, I was always a featured dancer or soloist, and I never had to wear a bra under my dance leotard. Dad was livid after my end-of-the-year recital that I didn't tell them that things had drastically changed for me. He was even more angry at the fact that the girls who seemingly took my place were truthfully less talented, less trained, and less disciplined as I always had been, than me failing to tell him about the changes. Cursed by the name I was given, I always spoke my truth, and the truth was that my body didn't fit the mold anymore. I held back the fact that I would have been blind to it if not for the snickers and overheard corner conversations of those I thought were my friends at the studio. Even the most honest, loyal, and truthful people want to bury their insecurities. When, unbeknownst to me, Dad called out Madame Gloria on it. She denied it had anything to do with my body's changes. She told him that I wasn't training as hard as I had been, that because of it, I'd lost the confidence it took to fill the roles that she needed me for in the past. When I began eating less and less, in hopes that my body would change, my parents, who had already nearly begged me to quit the dance school, decided to end my enrollment without my knowledge. I was pissed at first, but then, in staying truthful with myself, I had to eventually admit that it was causing me mental harm. And if it continued, it could cause physical harm as well. I was still training, just not at a school. I had a private instructor, Julie, who I met with 3 days a week for 3 hours before the move. Justice was the only person, other than our parents, who knew my ugly truth. But that's all in the past, until moments like this when insecurity rears its ugly head again. Back to the seashore sound. The president of the student body, Tobias Easton, also HAF, but his scowl, even on a screen, was anything but inviting. He's a senior, plays no sports, and when you click on the picture to get to his IG, you'll see that it's private. His profile picture was of him and a girl. I would have assumed it was his girlfriend if they didn't look similar. Treasurer Miles Jameson, good-looking, dark brown hair and eyes, perfectly proportioned facial features, almost too perfect, and extremely preppy. He's the debate and STEM team captain. His pictures were of family, travel, and food. The last picture was the student government secretary, Kai Hatt. Tall, dark, handsome, and just like the others, hot. His IG pictures were all with the other boys that make up the student body government. After getting past the face of the app and having done enough swiping, I quickly realized that the Seashore Sound was basically the equivalent of a gossip magazine or column. Nearly all the junior and seniors had a profile that, after reading, could not possibly have been of their own creation. Some were rude. So fucking rude it hurt my heart for the victims of the hate without even knowing them. It was a high-tech news rag. I'm assuming it's mostly fake news used as the biggest bullying tool at Seashore. The Sound also came equipped with the school and social event calendar, and if you're one of the chosen to receive a special invitation code via the app, which I have not been given, you get to unlock the members-only portion of The Sound, where you can give and receive all the info on last-minute parties provided by the upper echelon, those who hold the power of the app and the highly coveted code. My family is wealthy, just as wealthy as everyone else in that school, but none of us carry a chip on our shoulders, drive Maseratis or other vehicles with six-figure price tags, sport overpriced designer clothes just because we can, or look down our noses at anyone undeserving. We don't act like we are above everyone else. None of my crew were raised to act entitled and would quickly get our asses jacked by our parents or any other member of the crew if we started acting in such a way. As miserable as I've been writing bitch for the past several months to a conniving snatch like Gabrielle Morales-Ortez, the it girl whose secret I am still keeping in my pocket in case I ever need to utilize it. Even after all the shit she's pulled, I'm not capable of stooping so low as to expose her secret just to make myself feel better. I've also since learned that Harrison Reeves is a self-absorbed ass who dates, or just sleeps with, Gabrielle Morales-Ortez, yet ogles my ass every time we're in the same vicinity, even in front of the girl he's said to be banging. The dirt I have on Gabrielle Morales-Ortez? A few months ago, my cousin and best friend since birth, Kiki, was waiting in her little red BMW while I went into a local grocery store to grab snacks. While at the counter checking out, I noticed the older gentleman clerk eyeing something behind me. Let me be honest here. I was expecting one of two things: a gunman or some hot MILF. Neither were what I saw when I glanced behind me. What I got was a girl in a hoodie starting to walk out the door with a loaf of bread and some peanut butter that, due to his reaction, I knew she hadn't paid for. Hey, Karen. I don't know why I called her Karen. It was honestly the first name that popped up in my head. He's got to ring it up for me. I looked back at the older man and told him. She must have forgot. I paid for Karen's shit, and as soon as we walked outside, I handed her the almost stolen goods. Instead of a simple thank you or no words at all, she sneered, "Rot in hell," then took off. Then, my first day at Seashore Academy, I ended up face-to-face with Gabrielle, who I had also seen on the app and had gotten a sense she was the it girl. I also knew she was involved in everything that interested me. She was wearing a $1,000 white Gucci blouse under her navy blue Seashore Academy blazer. The exact blouse I'd drooled over, and Dad legit laughed in my face. I complimented her on that blouse, and she sneered at me. "Keep your fucking mouth shut, or I'll ruin you and the rest of your new-moneyed bottom feeders." I recognized her voice, the voice of Karen, but no way could this be the same hot mess in the hoodie lifting bread and peanut butter, right? I stood, mouth agape, and she took full advantage of my shock and confusion, shoved me against the locker, pinning me as she sneered, "You hear me?" Before I had a chance to shake the shock and put her on her ass, Justice showed up out of nowhere, jacked her up by her collar, took 3 long strides away from me, and dropped her to her feet. When she turned on him, he stepped into her. I couldn't see her, but she quickly moved until her back was against the locker.
"Touch her again. You'll have 3 of our females on you like flies on shit. You feel me?"
Her voice shook a bit as she snapped at him. "Do you think I'm afraid of you?"
"Don't give a fuck if you are or aren't. Leave her alone, or justice will be served. And trust me, Queenie, you won't like it."
Then he leaned in and sniffed the air above her, shocking both her and me, before turning around and walking toward me.
"Let's get to class, T."
I flipped her off over my shoulder as we walked away and whispered to Justice, "Why the hell did you smell her?" He lifted a shoulder and answered,
"You don't want to know."
"I do, or I wouldn't have asked," I insisted. He stopped at the door to our A-push class.
"She either pissed herself a little or was wet."
"Was wet?" I asked in confusion. Rolling his eyes, he opened the door.
"After you."
It hit me then what he meant, and I scrunched up my face at him. "Ew!" He shrugged.
"You asked."
Ever since that day, Gabrielle and I have passed each other alone in the hall, sat in some of the same classes together, and shared a stage. She played Catherine, the lead, and I played Specs, a member of the ensemble, with no lines and no featured dances, and we uttered not one word to one another. I've yet to find confirmation of my suspicions as to who runs the app. I'm pretty damn sure my initial suspicion, that it's one of the 4 boys gracing the first page of the app, would probably be wrong. It's more likely the sticky-fingered queen bee, Gabrielle Morales-Ortez, runs the whole damn thing. Why? Our first day here, Kiki was hit on by none other than Harrison Reeves and ridiculed by his recent ex-girlfriend, who he's rumored to still be fucking, Gabrielle Morales-Ortez. From day 1, Kiki's name was mud on the sound. She was said to be a wannabe, and so much worse. Kiki didn't give a damn. She was dealing with her own issues, being pregnant at 18 and carrying the child of her lifelong crush, who happens to be the biggest country singer on the damn planet. So, yeah, her plate was full. Until she and Brand got married, all these assholes legit laughed in her face and thought she was making it up. If there was anything to find amusing about that, it was the fact that she never confirmed they were a couple or posted a damn thing on her social media about them. He was no trophy. He was the boy she had always loved, and he loved her, too. It was Brand who finally posted about them. And if there was one good thing that I have enjoyed about Seashore Academy, it was seeing them all squirm when she walked in after the cat was out of the bag. After that, when she was asked if Brandon Falcon was truly her man, it was she who laughed at them, then walked away without an answer. Like the badass she is. Then the whispers about her being pregnant at 18 started. Pissed me off, but not her. She didn't care one bit. I wish I could be more like her and ignore the slander. But truth matters. And everything they post or whisper in the hollowed halls of Seashore Academy makes my blood boil. I need to get over it. The rest of my crew is doing just fine here. None of them miss attending our private Catholic school. And even though I despised it and the nasty nuns who taught us, I'm not sure that I like this hellhole much better. So, here I sit, being bitter, while there's a party going on around me with people laughing, drinking, and having fun around the blazing fire, like a butt-puckered, pouting asshole. Fuck this, I think, as I push myself up off the blanket that I'm sitting on. Breeza looks back at me and smiles. You gonna drink? Wiping the sand off my hands as I walk toward her, I shake my head. Promised I'd stay sober. It's actually Justice's turn. She's right. We do have a rotation, and it is his turn, but he's not here. He left with Tags and Bella after the show. First, I'm stoked your dad and mom let him go with them. Second, it's not like I can't drive. Well, legally, you can't, I shake my head. And legally, you can't drink. But whatevs. It's a mile away. I pull my phone from my Forever Steel hoodie to check the time and see notifications from the sound. Breeza jacks my phone from me. Nope, not tonight. Say it with me. Say what? I ask, a bit annoyed. Fuck them. I roll my eyes. Come on. Say it with me. Fuck them. Just pisses me off, you know? Who the fuck do they think they are talking shit about Kiki and... I stop. She finishes for me. And you. Yeah, and me. I huff as I kick some sand. You gotta find the good in all this and focus on it. Do you think it doesn't piss me off? Gotta be honest, Breeza. You haven't been targeted, so... I haven't allowed them to target me. And I gotta be honest with you. I may be a little offended that you think them targeting you and Kiki doesn't make me want to cunt punch a bitch, because it does. But... She holds up my phone. I ignore this shit. And if I didn't think you'd get in trouble, or Uncle Cyrus would show up because he tracks your ass on this thing, I'd chuck this in the Atlantic right now. I shake my head and try my best not to smile at her. When did you start becoming a badass? She grins. When I saw you stepped up when Kiki was down. I'm just following suit. I nod and smile at her. Gotcha. Now, come on and have a drink. We're celebrating finally being done with that bullshit show. You did great, Breeza, I say as I follow her toward the cooler. Learned from the best. Been watching you dance all my life. She opens the cooler and grabs a beer. I shake my head. Gross. How about a White Claw? Fine, but just one. Breeza paused through the cooler, asking, black cherry, raspberry, lime, mango, or... Hit me with a mango. She tosses one to me, and I snap the tab and hold up the can. Fuck them. 4 mango claws down, and I'm actually enjoying myself. Somewhat because of the slight buzz, partly due to the fact that Breeza has yet to give me back my phone, which is clearly a trigger for my foul mood, and partially because we've been dancing. It's been a while since I let go. Got lost in the music, the beat, and not worried about who saw me, judged me. Even on stage, I held back. It's been that way for about a year now. The only time I haven't had to hold back is around my family and crew. This is definitely the first time I've had fun with anyone at Seashore. Hell, I never even had fun at rehearsals for all those seemingly wasted months. With Gabrielle and her crew running the show and being completely on edge at choreography rehearsals, never knowing when the assistant choreographer, one Harrison Reeves, would show up and sit in the auditorium, tapping out notes on his phone that he'd messaged to the actual choreographer before leaving abruptly, never staying to give us the notes to himself. To think I had a crush on him due to his bio and good looks. Okay, I still do a little bit, but there's no way in hell I'm acting on it. There's a big difference in confidence and arrogance, and it is all too clear that he's the latter. Get out of your head, T-Steel. Breeza nudges me with her hip. Let's dance. I look around and notice the little party has dwindled in size. I guess I didn't realize it until now, but it's just Baker, Abby, James, Alexa, Breeze, and me still here. You think we should head home? I ask Breeza as I toss the can in the bag of empties. Hell no, she says as she grabs Baker's phone that's hooked up to the Bluetooth, hip checks him, laughing, and then turns on Seize the Day from Newsies. Handing it back to him, she points at me. I, Breeza Steele, challenge the best dancer at Seashore Academy to the Seize the Day challenge. I start to shake my head and they all boo at me. I can't help smiling as I shake my head, looking down. Do it, do it, do it, they all begin to chant. Fine, I point at Breeza. You're next. Let's do this. She throws a fist in the air. Every one of us does the challenge, and yes, it's fun as hell, even in the sand. When it starts to rain, Baker suggests we go inside. Where? I ask, looking around. He points across the road to a small beach house. This your place? I ask. He shakes his head.
Nah, this is Easton's. He rents it out during the summer and for occasions like this.
Easton? As in the president of the student government? I ask, following behind him.
Yeah.
We all follow Baker across the two-lane street, partially covered in sand. I look around at the neighboring houses, all similar. Does he own it? I ask. Nodding, Baker looks at his phone as he punches in the door lock code, then opens the door. Then he waves his hand in front of him.
After you.
Chapter 2. Idiom. Never judge a book by its cover. Truth? It's what's inside that matters. Walking in, I noticed that the interior doesn't match the exterior at all. It's more modern than one would assume. And from what I could see of the outside under the dim lighting, I certainly didn't expect to see this. Reason number 1? It's clean, damn near sterile, scantily furnished and very modern. Reason number 2? Tobias Easton, the boy with the perma-scowl, the one who held his head up and yet never gave anyone eye contact, the boy whose style was envied by boys, unlike my cousins or brother, who gave a shit less about labels, couldn't possibly live like this. But, as Baker said, it was apparently a rental. So he just rents out his place for parties? Breeza asks. I notice Baker, Abby, James, and Alexa all glancing at each other. What? Breeza muses. Alexa, who's a bit tipsy, too, giggles. Like Vegas. What happens at the Pounding Palace stays at the Pounding Palace?
Lex.
Abby interrupts her with a warning. Breeza scowls slightly. Like we can't keep a secret. Our cousin Kiki is married to Brandon Falcon and having his baby. Breeza, I interrupt, and say the opposite of what I really want to say because it pisses me off too. Fuck them. She smirks and nods, repeating the words she said to me earlier. Fuck them. Baker jumps in.
It's just, we don't want any trouble. He's never rented this place to Abby and me before.
James interrupts.
He doesn't even look at me.
Same, brother, I think. Baker continues.
None of our parents are chill enough to rent us a place. We have to have the guest list approved, pay extra because it was a first time, and he's not sure he can trust us yet, and promise to keep... When he starts nearly tripping over his words, all my annoyance shifts from those around us to them. The 4 fuckers who rule the school with secrecy and some kind of sorcery. I mean, what else could it be but evil magic of some sort that keeps everyone tripping over ourselves in one way or another, including moi? Fuck them, I interrupt Baker. He runs a nervous hand through his blonde hair. Yeah.
You know what? I have no idea what crap happened before we rolled into town. Won't even begin to try to figure out why everyone bows to them. But fuck them. I'm not playing bitch to anyone anymore. James chuckles.
Not one of us is playing bitch to any of them. We just want to be them someday.
What's wrong with being you? Breeza asks.
Not a damn thing.
Abi, who looks like Zayn Malik, with a bit darker skin from Indian descent, answers her while tossing me a white claw.
Life is good.
I kind of dig his laid-back vibe, but still, he cautioned Alexa just seconds ago. As a seeker of truth, and because I'm buzzed, I ask, what do the 4 horsemen of the freaking apocalypse have that you want?
The rains?
James chuckles. Har har, I say, then huff. I won't ask anything else. But what the hell does that mean? It means, Alexa begins. Abi quickly cuts her off.
Alexa.
Not like a girl will get anything out of being quiet, except maybe an orgasm. So why should I be quiet? You know, Breeza smirks as she holds her hand up and wiggles her fingers a bit. You can do that all by yourself.
I think I'm in love.
Baker coughs loudly, holding his hand over his chest and batting his eyelashes. Oh, aren't you adorable? Breeza croons.
Go to the prom with me?
He asks. Of course, she'd get asked. I'm all sorts of sorry, Baker, but I'm taken.
So, who's my competition?
Here we go. I sigh loudly in my head. Holding up my claw, I answer for her. Me. You don't have a date? Alexa gasps. Hey, Breeza laughs. She has me, and I guarantee a good time. Abi chuckles.
Now 2 of us are in...
Stop trying to poach my date, I laugh. Don't worry. No one could take me away from you. Breeza grins, then jumps and pulls my phone from her pocket and looks at it. Who is it? I ask. Uncle Cyrus, but your battery is dying, she says, typing back a message. To my father. What did he say? I ask. She holds up my phone. That you need to charge your battery. Jesus, Alexa laughs. He runs a tight ship, huh? You have no idea, I sigh, scanning the room for a charger. I'll get it charged. Breeza walks toward a closed door.
Don't go in there, Bree.
James calls after her. She holds up my phone. Trust me, Uncle Cyrus is scarier than the... She looks back at me. What did you call them? 4 horsemen of the Yeah, that. She pushes down on the door handle, then pushes open the door and slides in.
Jesus,
Baker grumbles. It'll be fine, Alexa says on a hiccup.
Fuck it will.
Abi huffs.
Back off.
James, the laid-back, shaggy-haired stoner one of the group, grumbles, surprising us all. Breeza walks back into the room as quickly as she walked out. Found one. Should be good to go. When they all look at her, she asks, What? Baker sighs.
Nothing.
Then he looks at his watch.
We have an hour.
What is this? Motel 8? I ask, plopping down on the couch that is much more comfortable than it appears. They all look at me with disgust. Oh my God, I laugh. You're all too much. Alexa sits next to me. Have you actually stayed at a Motel 8? Breeza sits on the other side of me and gives me a very quick, pleading look that I'm sure no one else caught. The truth is, no, I wouldn't be opposed to staying at a motel. Girl? Alexa laughs. 2 words. Bed, bugs. More than 2 words. That's so freaking gross. I laugh, and Breeza does too. The guy sits across from us on the other sofa, looking much more relaxed now. Thank God. So, I say, looking around. So, Breeza sighs, leaning into me. Let's play 3 lies and a truth. Alexa grins. I hold back, correcting her by mentioning that it's normally 2 truths and a lie, for now.
Really?
Abi quirks a brow. Alexa defends. What? It's a good way to get to know people. Baker sighs.
It's lame.
I don't want to point out that we, all 6 of us, are actually, in fact...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?